It's been 2 years since we were last here at Greenfields in Diana Yates's garden. And in these last 2 years, she has made some really exciting progress with her kitchen garden. And today she's invited us in to have a look, and I'm really excited for it. So let's take a look. Diana, thank you so much for welcoming us back to your kitchen garden. And since we were last here a couple of years ago, it's changed quite considerably.
It has.
Can you explain to us why you've made those changes?
Well, there were a number of reasons. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before. It was actually on a slope. And I didn't realise till we changed it how much of a slope that it was on. So we had 6 beds and a long one at the bottom. We also had a trough. And I think the main reason I wanted to change is because when I used to come into the garden, I would work on the garden and I would sit on the daybed in the corner to just sort of relax and take it in.
Unwind.
Yeah, but it wasn't, I never actually felt fully immersed in the space. I didn't feel like I could just while away the hours up here, or that I could work up here, or I didn't feel like among the plants. So I decided to sort of change the setup so that I could actually be in the centre of the garden and actually sit and work here and just relax here and eat here and have it more of an everything space, an entertaining space, and just enjoy it fully, really.
Yeah, totally. I do remember that long bed here. And I think kitchen gardens traditionally have a lot of geometry, and there was geometry before, but here we can really see how there's more of a design element to the geometry there. So with the matching beds and then the centralised table. And I suppose there is, we've got the potatoes along there, but you can walk all the way around and still be centralised. You've got your lower tier, your upper tier. So I suppose, do you spend a lot of time here? Do you still find yourself on the daybed?
No, I spend a lot of time here. I'll bring my laptop up here. I'll just sit here and put my feet up and just enjoy the sights and sounds. I think that was the other thing as well. I'd never designed a space before. Previously, when we started, I just wanted to get up and growing. I was a brand new gardener. I had never grown anything before. And I just wanted to get beds in and get started and get growing. So that's what we did. I didn't really give any, or not any, but too much thought to the layout. Whereas this time I actually sat down and I drew a sketch of what I was hoping for. And my lovely husband helped me to build the beds and sort of bring it all to life earlier on this year. And I think it's actually worked out quite well. I don't think there is anything that I would change. I think it's given us both sort of an aesthetically pleasing, pretty garden, but also still a really practical space.
Yeah, it's incredibly efficient. And I think just from sitting here and having the 2 tiers as well, that kind of gives that higher elevation, gives that interest there. But I think it'd be really nice to have a little look around.
Sure.
And if we could go to I'd love to start at the higher tier, if that's good, and see what you're growing.
Perfect.
Cool, let's go. So on the higher elevation here, so I can see how you've levelled it out. So now we have got those 2 tiers.
Yes.
Now they're pretty deep borders, so you've had to fill with a lot. Now, was that solely compost, or have you done the trick at the bottom where you've kind of put any dead wood and things like that, and cardboard?
So we did have, there was a large amount of earth moved in here in order to establish these 2 tiers. And we had some great compost that we'd been using from Caledonian Horticulture the first time round. So we used that to line the beds, and then we topped it up with green goodness. And all the beds are green goodness. It's just the perfect sort of
it really works
space
for you
to start.
Yeah, and the variety of crops that you're growing here, this is a nice feature. Do you want to talk to us about that?
So basically my idea was I'd watched a YouTube clip of gardeners, I think it was in America, and they'd used what essentially is reinforced steel to create an arch. So I thought, I'm going to try that. And that's what we bought that for. And when we got it up here, we couldn't actually bend it. It's just impossible. And it's so heavy. So I switched up the plans and decided to attach it to the back of one bed and create more vertical growing space. And I'm so glad that it didn't work out because this is better.
So it's fixed to the timber.
It's fixed to the timber.
So solid, it can take the wind.
Exactly, exactly. We actually sunk it down into the bed and then we used sort of the metal brackets and just hammered them in so it doesn't move at all. And then we went ahead and actually bought arches for the archway, and it just so happened the measurements worked out pretty well.
Perfect.
So I love these because they have the inbuilt trellis design. So it just means I don't have to keep attaching string or anything. They just scramble up.
I know they buried quite deep as well.
Yes, I think I went double the recommended length that it said on the instructions. And it just means they don't move at all in the wind.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're on that higher elevation. You've got your hedging as your windbreak.
Yes.
But it's still going to catch some wind, especially once in years to come when it's got more growing up it. Then it can really like hold on to that wind. So having it deeper down on both is wise. Are these... is it just buried in or is it attached as well?
It's buried in, and then it actually came with stakes. So I just hammered the stakes so it goes all the way down.
Okay.
And I think that's what's keeping them pretty solid. And then I have strawberries and nasturtiums. I'm hoping they trail over the sides of the wall. That was really the purpose there. And I'm even trying to trail sweet peas, but they have that upright growth habit, so I'm not sure how well that's going to do. But it's all an experiment.
So it softens the edges as well, but also it's just you're increasing that space of what can be grown. You got carrots over here as well.
Yeah,
I've got loads. You fit loads in.
Yeah, I've got carrots and onions and celery and snapdragons alongside those, and and then I've just popped in some dahlias. So wherever something's coming out at the moment, a dahlia is going in to fill the space, and then obviously. This is sort of the first for me, the sort of vertical growing of pumpkins.
Yes, okay.
So I have Jilby Little pumpkins at the front there, and I think that is a Cornell bush squash on the other side. And I've probably been a little bit heavy-handed. I have 2 growing on this side, and maybe 1 would have been enough. But we'll see how that works out. And then everywhere in the garden, I have Nemesia, the vanilla-scented one, because
it's beautiful.
It just smells like vanilla seed pods that when you're baking. Absolutely love that.
And it seems like, the perfect half an hour would be just grabbing your truck or something and coming up here and
that's what I
picking
do.
Picking for the table, picking for the vase.
Yeah.
Well, let's follow around because I see you've got all your loads of potatoes lying there. Are they like earlies, main crops?
They are a first early and a second early potato. Okay.
Now we've moved down to our lower tier. And it's that Beatrix Potter vibe. Like, I absolutely adore it. It's you feel like you're getting like a real, I want to say warm hug, but I want to say a real fresh hug. There's so much kind of vibrancy, all the greens, and having that kind of mix between having your vegetables and you've got even the flower heads from the chives and things like that. So do you want to talk us through your beds here?
Sure. I did have a plan to have a little bit of symmetry, and that's sort of started with the teepees with sweet peas on them. So I have 1 in each bed, and I did plan to sort of mirror the planting in each bed. And then I thought I'm not going to be as rigid as that. I am going to just keep on trying to create that sort of jumble. But you can see at the front I have sort of 2 sunflowers and then rows of carrots and then chives. And then I've gone in with some cabbage that are taking
very
over.
It's very happy there.
And then here I had anemones, and I've switched those out for dahlias. And the crop of spinach that's still going, I planted
doing well.
Very early this year.
Full borders, full.
And then over there I have kalettes that I'm trying for the first time this year. I tasted them over Christmas and I thought, why haven't I been eating these until now?
And they're beautiful, like the purple vein running through that as well. So even like visually in the space is gorgeous.
So that's also something that I've been trying to do, is sort of mix that sort of colour of leaf. So over here I've got some purple dahlias next to the green cabbage, and I had a purple pak choi plants there before as well. Just trying to keep the colours going, even if it's not with flowers.
Yeah, and it's riffing on the sweet peas as well. So it's a real colour coordination there.
Yeah. And then the pots will change as the seasons go. So I had tulips there early on this year. And then I'm just having daisies that will just continue to flush back, and lavender. Lavender will only do well in pots for me. They don't grow in the ground here.
Just is it too waterlogged? Is it clay soil?
It's too waterlogged, really. I don't really have clay soil, but I don't know if it's the elevation of my garden or just the lack of sunshine. They don't do well for me. But I'm happy to have them in pots. And the bees
I mean, they do look really well here. It's not woody at all.
Yeah. Quite happy.
Oh, super nice.
And
the ones behind us. Let me just move around here.
And it's lovely when we're here eating. Yeah, we're just having the lavender and the vanilla scents as well.
Yeah,
So over here we have a bit of a mess. We have anemones that I need to clear up, but I have some dahlias to pop in here, and then shallots that are doing quite well.
Yeah.
Some purple lettuce, kaleets, leeks, a pumpkin of some description, and celery and poppies and calendula. So just a real mix of everything, yeah.
It's a big space, but it's also a small space.
Yes.
It's kind of like where we go, like from the decade or the 90s, like what are you judging the size of a garden on? Like it is a big space, but it's also equally small space. And there's just so much being grown here. And again, I really like how we've got the structures in on the corners with the willow teepees. I think that's a really good tip for people watching and seeing your garden. You know, it's like you can spend a fortune on obelisks, but the willow is just such a good option.
It is a lovely option to have. And I used that for a few years before it does start to get hard and sort of break down, but you have a few years use out of it. So it's well worth it. I think if I only had this space as my entire garden, I would be just so happy. It's all I really need.
Beautiful. Yeah. I'm drawn to this pop of colour here. You have this very big obelisk there. Now, you said that this was made from reclaimed wood.
It is made from reclaimed materials. So that's something my husband does. He actually does demolition and strip outs of old buildings. And so much is chucked in a skip that's reusable. And he actually made this from reclaimed materials that have been through the planer. All the nails have been removed. And it's been turned into that. And I have a Cornell pumpkin squash, hopefully that I can train up there.
Yeah, it's a beast.
It is,
but it's a really nice pop of colour as well in the space.
Like that. I think it's quite fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I suppose there's always that kind of like a focal point or a permanent kind of structure or colour that really gardens benefit all through the seasons. And to have something that has that kind of vibrant blue all the way through the year is going to be really, really nice. And just I suppose, is that just like a finial from like a fence topper, like a fence post?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I think it does the job of.
I mean, it's really sturdy. Like it's going to take your pumpkins, that's for sure.
I hope so.
And over here, you've got this. You've got a rose growing along here. It's beautiful rose.
So I love this old walled garden wall here. So this is the Francis E. Lester Rambling Rose, and I can just imagine it travelling all the way along there. I think it would be really pretty. And when I brought it up from the front of the house where it was before, it was covered in aphids, and there's a cotoneaster plant there, and it was covered in wasps, and I think that's had something to do with the aphids disappearance. So it's quite happy there, and it's just started to flower, and I love it.
It is beautiful. Very, 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 very pretty. Yeah, and even here you've got the.
Yeah, this is actually
self-seeded.
Yes, most of it's self-seeded, and the echinopsis here are being the sacrificial plant for all the aphids because it's covered in them.
Sacrificial plants, very good and needed. Well, thank you so much for allowing us into seeing this update. And I mean, what an update it is! It's really beautiful. It's stunning. Like I said, it's like that little flavour of Beatrix Potter. I love the geometry that's in here, but then I love how you've kind of interplanted, and I'm really gone for the cottage kind of vibe. I love the tiering system, and I love everything about it.
Well, thank you very much.